if you're a free-to-play player that needs more options on characters to use, because maybe you're starting to find out that you need more than one team to go through the content, at least in Fierce Battle, well, Kafka is a character that's staring you right in the face. He is a character that they give us at the entire full Limit Break Ascensions 4, all the way up to number 6 on him. So they give you everything you need for Kafka as part of the beginner missions on the home screen on the left side, that little scroller thing. Go over there if you haven't been paying attention to that for some reason. I believe they may also give you the weapons. I can't confirm because it leaves when you finish it, but the weapon as well, max dupe and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure because he's the only handgun character in the game as far as I know. So that being said, we're going to check out Kafka. I have mostly maxed him out. There's one more thing I could do that I have not done because I'm just now hitting level 40 and I'm out of these credits as well. So that is to push him a little bit further. He would get 6% more stats, 30 more attack. Okay, well, that would be cool and all, but that's the only thing I haven't done otherwise. And that would allow me also to level up skills a couple more times. But so Kafka, mostly maxed out. He is an interesting character because he is a transforming character. So, for example, I assume there are people that are going to build him because he's Kafka. He's the main character of the series. He's your favorite character. He's also a 2-in-1. Kaiju number 8 is cool, but he does not have Kafka if you happen to like Kafka himself, right? So that's another thing to consider. But a cool thing with Kafka is there's multiple cool things with him, aside from the fact that he's a transforming character, is that as a result of transforming, he gets a full set of new moves. He also starts off as a shot character, but switches into being a blunt character that also has utility in and of itself. He has a defense down skill here as well for one turn. However, that could be pretty useful in the right situation because it's a very strong defense down debuff. It's 25%. That's pretty good. Also, when transformed, he has an AoE on Kaiju number 8 on the combat skill. Now, combat skill AoE damage is not great, but with the last dupe, he will get progressively stronger. So that's something to consider. After using a normal or combat, he also gets the blunt damage dealt bonus up. So basically another 15%. So that's another thing too. And so in order to transform, you need to throw the ultimate out there. So you have to play with Kafka for a few turns before he can get to the ultimate. However, after doing the ultimate, he immediately gets these effects: HP plus 80%, speed plus 10, normal attack, combat skill, ultimate, and follow-up skills now transform into their post-transformation versions. He also gets a 100% speed bar. So he is going to be the next character to go in the action order. So he takes consecutive turns. Weapons are also unequipped, and this lasts until the end of the battle and cannot be removed. So the weapon does come off. However, the interesting thing here is that the unipart, I need to confirm the set effect. I'm pretty sure the set effect is staying on too, but I need to confirm that. However, the thing is, the actual stat effects of the weapons do not come off, or the uniparts do not come off. And so while technically Kaiju number 8 does not have the ability to equip anything, Kafka does have the ability to equip uniparts, and those stats stay on. You will see in a minute. So for example, look at the crit damage. It's at 64.3. That's supposed to be 50%. He's getting 14.3 from the unipart body armor, and that is something that's staying on. Now, as a result of finding this out, I wanted to try to get Kafka like speed bonuses, so I did the set effect for that, and I was trying to get speed on my items as well. I would probably go crit rate as much as I probably can on Kaiju number 8. Because again, it will go through the transformation. So I would try to get critical rate on him. Now the weapon, I don't think this is attack plus 44%. I don't know that this is staying on. I'd have to confirm whether or not that is, but it considers it unequipped, and it specifically doesn't mention the uniparts. So I would consider that to be something that's not applied. And that is interesting. That is really interesting. So is this Kaiju like one I think you should go out of your way to build? No, I don't think so. I think there's better characters that you should build first by prioritizing, right? Things like that. But he is interesting, right? He gets all these different bonuses. At the start of the battle, applies an effect rate up 3 turns. That kind of doesn't matter because that's only going to be allowing him to, get the the defense is 100% there. He kind of doesn't need that. He doesn't need that. His skill already has 100%. What is the point of that? I don't get the point of that. Effect hit rate goes up. I don't get the point of that. While in Kaiju form, he does get 100% attack and 40% defense, and then again he gets the speed and HP here. I'm not sure why they're not all just in one area, but okay. And then also over here, after activating the ultimate, he gets 60 gauge as well. This is actually huge because not only does he take consecutive turns, his second ultimate comes really quickly. One thing I had as a concern for him is, well, he's throwing the first ultimate. You spend that time, you spend those turns getting that built up, and then he has to refill it again. But he gets 60 here, he takes consecutive turns, and so all of a sudden, he's much more likely to throw it, and he does it again after a couple of turns. He gets his ultimate back really fast. Also, when he's attacking a high HP Kaiju pre-transformation, actually, I don't know if this comes off. These don't say anything about like pre or post transformation. I don't think this comes off. We'll have to confirm as well. When attacking a Kaiju that has 50% or more HP, his crit rate will go up. So that's good too. So he's an attacker. He's just kind of whatever. As Kafka. The problem with that is that he's an attacker, and I would rather invest in like Reno or Gen or maybe even the other Kaiju, but it's fun, so we'll try it out. So imagine my surprise when this is my rank 40 objective to rank up, and I go in and I see, oh, we actually lost this. I was like, wait a minute, I could not have this. It didn't work. So I'm actually going to drop Hoshina. I'll put in Isao, who does admittedly need more investment. I haven't got around to investing him much. I think that we needed, what was it? They basically didn't auto it, and that's not the worst thing. It just means you got to actually play it. I'll put Hoshina back in, and we'll just go in and see. I'm not sure that they'll clear it or not. I may need to make some changes to my team. I'm not exactly sure. It was on auto, and I just looked away, and they got destroyed. By the way, they had got absolutely railed. And that's one thing too. Like if you are not sure, if you don't think you need sustain characters, that's kind of true, but it's also kind of not, because the stuff starts hitting really hard, and you don't have a lot of HP. Okay, so here is a look at Kafka in game, right? So again, stat spread 109 right there. So you're at +8. Attack is nearly doubled. Defense +77. Effect hits, you see all that stuff. Effect hit rate up +20% for 3 turns. We will now go ahead and use the... Well, do we want to... I mean, it doesn't truly matter. No, I'm just going to buff Gen. Like, it doesn't truly matter what I do right there. So we're going to go ahead and get a defense down going. He actually did get above Gen. That was one thing I wanted to do. I guess I did wind up doing it. I didn't think I did. All right, so we are going to go here, hit the adjacents. Perfect. Nice. He's just doing double-digit damage. Great job. All right, core exposed there. So you know what it is also is I don't really necessarily need Reno so much, huh? Who's next? Is it you? It's you. Okay. I mean, it's not about Reno. I can use Reno. Kafka's the one that's out of place, to be honest. But it's his video, so I'm not mad. All right. We are going to now go for this. And we are going to get another double core expose. Look at how much damage we took on Gen already, by the way. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Already took all that damage. And Kafka's here. Kind of can't really do anything, but he will get the core. The follow-ups are also huge for that ultimate meter as well. If you didn't know, that's really good. We are going to go ahead and just buff Gen once again. Nah. I want to see if this buff extends past the transformation. Like, I want to see if it's still applied. Kafka needs to take one more turn, and we're good, which is right here. Oh, is there damage over time? Is that what happened? Was there DOT? Oh, that's kind of annoying. They look like they've got like a purple cloud on them, so they must have DOT. Is it like a physical, like hitting them DOT that's what's happening here? Where's that at? Where's it at? I see something going on. High chance to apply poison to the target. Yeah, they do have DOT. Okay. Oh, wow. So this is what I talked about earlier. Remember I said there's use cases for some characters. There's some characters that can clear that off. All right, so now we're going to get another turn here and go straight into the transformation. Or go into the transformation, then get another turn to be accurate. See, he just stays there. Now, I wanted to see post-transformation, the effects applied. So status is the stuff that we talked about, 80% HP, speed, available skill change, weapons are unequipped. He has an attack increase from the Unipart stuff. It flat out says it. The Unipart stuff stays. So that's actually massive. That's massive. Okay. Actually, he still has the beetle damage buff. What? He still has the beetle damage. That's the gun, right? I'm pretty positive that's the gun. He still has the damage buff. And then this is the buff from Hoshina. But I mean, he doesn't really need this, but it's not the worst, I guess. He does ST damage though. So there you go. So like, yeah, the Uniparts actually matter on Kaiju. They could have very easily just restricted that and took it off. I want to see the stat spread as well. Crit damage, of course, because the Uniparts are still on. That's still there. Effect hit rate. Effect resistance was the Unipart effect, I believe, right? That was the Lizard Unipart. So it is also applied. So I thought so. When one part of it was applied, I just wasn't positive. So yeah, that I would go crit rate. I would go crit rate fully. And you can even see it. They're like flat out just here. Yeah, I would go crit rate. Okay, that's good to know. I don't have any for the AoE though. That's great. I should have saved that. Why are you loading? 3,000 damage. Not bad though. Let's go ahead and buff here. We're going to get the Hoshina ultimate. I mean, he's kind of just not doing anything. And that's the one problem. Oh, there's 3 waves to this? Oh, we're not winning this. No, we're not. You have to bring a debuff clear. You have to bring a debuff clear to this. You have to bring a debuff clear. So we're not winning this. But at least you got to see Kaiju a little bit. He took a hit there. Got poisoned too. 3,000 damage. Good lord. Yeah, you have to bring that. You have to bring a debuff clear. How much damage is he going to take from the poison? 3,000 damage again. 52, 52. Okay. We're going to go AoE here just to show you what this looks like. And then we'll actually take him into a more appropriate stage. He didn't do bad damage. And he broke a bunch of plates. He also took another turn here really fast because his speed is so high. But he's not getting the ultimate. So we're going to throw this and then get the ultimate right after. Oh, man. I would love to get a plate break. There's one. Ultimate quickly after. Single target ultimate. Doesn't really matter a ton. But this is over. We're not beating this, so. Okay. I mean, you may need to bring a sustain, too, because they hit really hard. 3,000 damage is just too much. But look at Kaiju tanking, though. They're only doing 100 to him. Maybe that was their special move. Small damage to a single character. Slash damage there. Large damage. So maybe they were using that. So, but still, that's a lot. But ultimately, as long as you don't get hit by that, you're good. So maybe speed lapping works. But yeah, so I 110%, once again, would recommend taking that and putting crit rate on. You could do a couple other ones. There are some good ones. But I would do that. I had speed on him because I wanted to see my Kafka go before. And turns out the defense down didn't look all that impactful. Maybe you would need to make, drop Reno and put like Mina on there or something like that. So it'll take me a day or so to build up a buff clearer. I don't have any stamina, which, by the way, this stamina is the biggest problem in this game. And I've even done the refreshes. And by the way, this starts costing 500 crystals. What the fuck, bro? For 100. For the record, it's worse than Expedition from the start. Expedition is what, 20 for 50? And this is 80 for 100. It just doesn't, the math isn't mathing. So I wouldn't recommend free-to-play players do this, but the Expedition one, I don't mind. I would say free players should probably do a couple of those because it's helping your account move along. I wanted to go in here and, okay, I have a jelly. I wanted to go in here and see what it looks like just quickly. We're actually going to do what I was just saying, and we're going to make Kafka our sub. And we're going to do that. We'll put Mina in. I don't necessarily need Hoshina. I could go Rio. Yeah, we'll go Rio. We'll see what Rio does. Look at that triple SR setup. You love to see it, man. You love to see it. You love to see it, man. Okay. Just realizing that the sound wasn't on. My bad. Whoops. I guess it'll just stay off for this video because I couldn't get. I didn't realize it wasn't on because my stupid Bluetooth is connected. So I chose to prioritize outputting to my Bluetooth. I can hear it like loud. You hear it in my headphones. And so to me, it didn't make a difference because I have my headphones on, but I thought it was picking up. All right, so these are the effects that are applied. By the way, if you haven't done raids, you need to get in now. You need to get in now because it's about to end. I don't know if it'll make it through the day. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. We will set up the ultimate charge. I love how he calls in the minions to just go. And so, by the way, because all those passives are applied, the numbers are going to be super inflated, if that wasn't clear. By default, she chooses your strongest character, but that's nice. That's nice she chooses Kafka. Gonna get that defense down, too. And watch Gen pop it. He did 1,000,000 damage with no crits. Gen, go off, my guy. He's not going off. He didn't go off at all. Kafka the MVP. Kafka's the MVP, confirmed. He did 1,000,000 damage, no crit. Look at it. Okay, we need to get a plate break, baby. I'll give it to Gen, so he's not so bad. All right, there we go. Look at that. Oh, there you go. Basic did 1.2 crit. There you go. That's my guy right there. Mina the MVP, clearly. Gonna get another defense down going. We have the ult now. Okay, Kafka, my guy. Wait, did I have another turn there with Kafka? He was still there. Oh, no, he probably popped in because the ultimate. I looked away for a split second. Don't judge me. So, in this case, this is where, like, having this skill here kind of sucks. Because, like, well, there's no other enemies to hit. So, I would just use the normal. Because it does more damage. Actually, never mind. They're both at 100. so it sucks regardless. Because 100 is a really low modifier for this. Like, for example, again, he's got 80, and then he's got above 100, and he's not even max leveled like Kaiju is. So, in this case, I would still use this, though, just to get the charge going. 2.5, hello. Cooking. He's cooking, man. Get the ultimate here now. Give me the Rio ultimate. Sorry about that. I didn't turn on DND, but it's not anything you guys can't see. Hopefully, so I don't got to edit it. All right, we're now going to support Kaiju. Gonna go here. And let's see Kaiju's buffs as well. What does he have? The Wyvern parts. 30% from the Beetle. I gotta confirm the Beetle staying on for the 3 turns is nuts. Like so it just stays on from his last turn. It falls off eventually, like if you reverse his longer content, but it just falls off after that. Damage dealt and combat skill damage from Mina. Okay. My Mina's not fully built up either. Let's go for this just because we can. 2.6. He refuses to crit. And see, that's why I said I would put crit rate on. I would, because his crit rate is just, it's like 5%. It's really low. Actually, Kafka had a skill. Didn't Kafka have a skill to increase crit rate when attacking a Kaiju above 50%? That skill doesn't stay on anymore, huh? That one's gone. At the start of the battle, ultimate gauge goes up. Skill damage goes up. Yeah, he doesn't have that. No. It's there. Guts to step up. It's there. It's at the bottom. I was gonna say I didn't think that was restricted to anything, so it stayed. That's not bad. Are we gonna actually get a break here? No, we're not. He's not gonna do any damage to us though. We're way too far into this event for him to do anything. He does no damage. We will buff there and then go ultimate. I like how they line up in real time, by the way. That's great. Look at that. Look at this. Look, I'm gonna put it on auto now. So ultimately though, we're gonna do one more thing. But ultimately though, like Kafka is interesting because of he's got a multitude of different things about him. He's probably one of the more versatile characters in the game, but I don't, as a result, that doesn't mean that I think he's like, you know, the best 4-star. I don't, right? That doesn't mean I think he's a character you should be going out of your way to build and use. Look at the summon animation here. Give me gold. I've never seen gold on it. I'm pretty sure that it's in the game, obviously, for the summons. But I don't think he can do it there. But yeah, not like you should go out of your way to build him or anything like that. But he's versatile because of the things he can do. Okay, well, that was, you guys see that I have a plumber coming today. So whatever. In fact, they should be here any minute, so. Hopefully she doesn't send me anything crazy. I don't want to edit it. I don't want to do it. All right, rounds remaining, 0. Perfect. Cool, we're good. Wasn't the flashiest, you know, anything like that, but it works. It works. I lied. I realized I had to edit it anyway because the sound wasn't there. But guess what? There's sound for this one. So I'm sorry once again about that. But let's go ahead and dive in. We are in stage 12 of Fierce Battle. So there's that. I haven't cleared this one with 3 stars yet, and I added Kafka to my second team. I haven't really sat here and thought a lot about it, but I added Kafka to my second team, and I want to see how this looks. All right, so we are going to go ahead and start working on you ugly ass mother. We are now going to go ahead and set up Kafka a little bit. 780. Yeah, they're gonna need a sustain. That's too much damage. Or they're gonna need to be built up better. They're not. I haven't really built Mina much. That's me. That's not like anything else. That's just me not having done that yet. All right, we're gonna go for Reno here. Need to worry about this guy more than the other guy. And we're good, right? We're gonna be good, right? We should be fine. Yeah, we're good. As long as I attack here. Imagine using morale right there. Okay, he's gonna hit Kafka. That's fine. That's actually not bad because it was a good showcase for Kafka's defensive ability. You know, there's actually merit to holding on to just regular Kafka for a little bit, so you could keep on just trying to build him up and stack him as much as you want. I guess. I'm gonna transform though, because I think that's better here to get the AoE hit. But there's merit to that. 760. He almost got one shot. Okay. Let's attack here. We're good. This won't be a problem for the rest of this wave. The problem is the rest of the other waves, but this wave is fine. I like how for him, he comes in and he just does that like because they don't need him to do, like, you don't even have to press the button again because he doesn't need to do anything. It instantly goes right to it. All right. And we're gonna get this. Goodbye. Core exposed, hit Reno 117. So apparently it's just the supports that need more investment. That's all, because the other two that are built up are taking much less damage, which is fair. We're gonna give him the morale. That'd be huge for him when I start using his AoE eventually. 1, 2, just enough. Right here. Goodbye. Nice, my boy. All right, so I need to get the break going. I actually chose the wrong spider for the record. This one was further back in the action order. That's a misplay, but I'm already invested, so might as well keep going. Okay, we're gonna do this here, and then I'll follow that with a couple of ultimates. Just stay on the core exposed. I like how you can remove the whole menu as well when you do these. It's pretty cool. Hopefully we land a freeze here. That'd be huge. Landing the freeze would be amazing. Oh, we landed it. Really? We landed it on the one I didn't care about. I've also lost this because our support took too much damage. So that was it. It's all right. I just need to build them up more. It's kind of hard because there's just not enough to really, like, it's kind of hard. There's not a, I mean, it's not that there's not enough. It just takes a while to get all the resources you need to fully invest in them. I'll go for Reno this time. Gonna go for the AoE. And Reno's basic for the break. He's not getting a follow-up here, though. Oh, he will get a follow-up. Oh, that's his buddy. Never mind. I'll just go again. Again, and that should kill. Oh, no, my bad. I thought that was going to kill. Can we kill here? Yeah, okay, well, this is killing. It shows the icon, so this is going to kill. Okay. So we're going to set up Kaiju. We're going to go for his AoE hit. And then go straight into Mina's ultimate. Oh, okay, I guess this is this out of order. That's fine, though. Whatever. It was supposed to trigger the AoE, and then I was doing it afterwards, but it's fine. Not a huge deal. Guess I didn't double click it. That's my fault. Okay, so this is wave 3. We're going to go all in on big boy here. $13K and deleted. Not bad. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. He just deleted him. And they still had their gauge up and everything, so their plates and all. It wasn't bad. I mean, it wasn't anything fancy, but it wasn't bad. Now, I want to see this Kaiju. He should be fully stacked as well with that extra passive. And once again, the Uniparts. Just seeing it again. Yeah, he's got that full blunt damage increase from the Mastered Strength. The Uniparts, once again, crit rate, I think, needs to be on there. I mean, you could make an argument for some other stuff, but I would absolutely 110% put crit rate on there. My supports let me down again. They are the reason I keep failing this. It's because they're not built up enough. Again, I don't even know if Rio and Mina have freaking Uniparts. Just been working on other stuff, like, you know, Kafka. Anyway, stay tuned because I'll do a similar video just like this for basically every character in the game at some point. Who do you guys want to see next? Let me know in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up, subscribe. This one was kind of all over the place. The next ones, I promise, will be much more, you know, I won't have the audio going. I will have the audio going. I won't have notifications. This one, I kind of just was all over the place. But I promise the next one will be much better. So let me know what you guys think and who you want to see next.